Are men victims of gender-based violence? Yes, men are also victims of gender-based violence. And as we stated earlier, the forms of gender-based violence, one of the way that men are undergo gender-based violence is physical gender-based violence. Men are physically assaulted in their relationships, especially in marriages and in any relationship that a man will have with a woman. So in this scenario, these cases go unnoticed or they're not reported because of the way society is being set up and the way people take it that men are not supposed to be physical assault, they need to be men. Now, you have had a scenario whereby a woman will physically assault a man who is the husband, and at the same time, this woman is shouting for help. You can imagine when people come in, what they expect when this man will try to say, is the one who is beating me or the one who is physically assaulting me. People will not believe because they never heard the man shouting, they only heard the woman shouting. So, this is one of the cases whereby men undergo violence, but they are never reported. Only a few cases are reported. I've had a case whereby a man was stabbed on his right arm, but when the man came to hospital seeking for medication, the woman also came with him. And at that point, when we tried to ask the man what happened, the man did not want even to say it's the wife who stabbed him. So they will tend always to be silent and not to talk about it. They just want you to go ahead, do medication, treat, and let it go like that. So men undergo this. Some men are being burned by hot water. Yes, they undergo so many injuries, but many will not report these cases. Another form of violence that men undergo is sexual, gender-based violence. You will find that those cases that are being reported when it comes to sexual gender-based violence, these are those cases whereby a man has been sexually assaulted or a man has been sexually penetrated by another man. So a man most of the time will find courage to go and report these cases into the police or sometimes into hospital for medication. But now we have cases whereby a man is raped by a woman. Now these cases most of the time men will not report, and I haven't come across such a case, but these cases are there. You can imagine a man coming in and saying that I was raped by a woman somewhere. This man, people will listen to the story but never believe the story, because for a man to perform that act, he must be erected. We have had cases whereby men have been raped on gunpoint. We have had cases whereby men have been dragged and they ended up being raped. So these cases are some of the cases that men will just die with the injuries silently, and nobody want to talk about it because nobody will believe a man who comes to report that he has been raped by who? By a woman. The only women will report these cases. So these cases are there, and men undergo this form of violence so much. We have emotional and psychological abuse. Now, this one is the worst form of gender-based violence that happen in our community or society setup, whereby men will tend to be abused in their houses, will undergo all form of abuses in their houses and relationships, but they'll just be silent, because if they try to report, they're the one who will be seen as weak. Can you see the scenario? I've had scenarios whereby a man will be abused, being compared to another man. You can see the way you are weak. You are not even a man, and the spouse will tell the man, you are so weak. Look, you are other men. They're building houses, but you can't build a house. So that form of intimidation. You can see other men are buying stuff. See other men are taking out their women for vacation, but you as a man just here, you can't even take me for vacation. So these women will try to intimidate their spouses, the men but men just be abused, but they will not report these cases. They will not go undergo any assistance, but you just go silently. This is one of the major form of gender-based violence that mostly in our relationship and in marriages it's taking place, but men are just silent over it. It's not reported. So men need to understand that these cases need to seek for help because it is serious. The moment a woman starts intimidating you in the house, the moment a woman starts taking advantage of the situations in the house, some men have even denied sex, and a woman just tell you point blank, I can't give a sex to a poor man like you. How can I go and dress to you, someone who doesn't have anything like you? You are so poor. I thought you are a man, but you are a nobody right now. So such abuses, such verbal abuse will make and intimidate a man to a point that he will just feel that is not worthy in a community or in a society. We have another scenario whereby men are assaulted or abused at places of work. You can find it's not that only women are the one who are assaulted here, are abused here. Men are also being taken advantage of when it comes to their places of employment or places of work, where there are women in authority who will always tell them, but that before you get this job or before I do ABCD, we must go and have sex or do whatever. That a man is not willing to. So these cases, men will not tend to report them because even if you try to report it, people will never believe you. Or sometimes you'll be seen as weak. So not only women take advantage of this, we have also men in authority whereby they will tend to ask their other men favors of sex. And then if you do this, we cooperate homosexual, then I will have to help you or do certain favors for you to achieve what you want to achieve at this place of work. These cases are there, and there are men who have been anally penetrated without a consent because the situation does not allow it. They are forced to do it. Then lastly, we have cultural practices. We have some of the cultural practices that happen within the community setters, some communities, some tribes. Those stuff that happen there, for example, wife inheritance, because now you are the only man remaining and standing, and a woman has been termed as to be a woman married to the community. You are being told now you have to inherit that woman, or you have to sire children for your brother, and so on. It's not your wish, but you are forced to do it because the culture, you found it there, and against your will, you still go ahead and perform the duties. So this one is a form of violence because when it comes to sleeping with another person or marrying another person, is supposed to come from you. You are supposed to